Friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In the earlier sessions, to know more about the decorators, we had started to learn function as first class object and LGB rule. So we have covered those two topics. And today, to learn more on the decorators concept, let's learn the closures concept. So what are closures in Python programming language? To learn about closures, we need to understand the concept of nested function. Just like we have nested if or nested for loop, that is one for loop within another for loop, in closures we need to remember nested function, that is one function within another function. So, and Python closures are the inner functions, the one which is within the within function that are enclosed within the outer or enclosing function. And closures can access the enclosing function variables, and it can access the variables of the enclosing function even after the enclosing function has completed its execution. So this is the beauty of closures. So now let's look into it with an example. Suppose I'm having my outer function and it is taking one parameter called name. And within the outer function, I'm having another function which is the inner function. And it is printing name. Name is the outer function variable name. And the inner function is trying to print this particular variable name. And my outer function returns the inner function, that is the reference to the inner function. So these two are function definition and it does not get called. So it does not get executed. My first level of execution happens at this particular position where I am calling my function outer and I am passing the parameter equal to Python. So the cursor moves to the outer function and name will have the value equal to Python. So name will have the value equal to Python. And after that, this is the function definition. It does not call, and my outer function returns the reference to the inner function, that is inner. So x will have the reference to the inner function. So x will have the reference to the inner function. And now when and at this point the outer function has returned the value and it has stopped execution. Now with the reference to the inner function, I am calling my inner function. Since x is having inner, I am calling my inner function, and so it executes the inner function and it prints name. Name is an outer function variable and the inner function still remembers the value present in the name variable and it prints Python on the console. So even though it is not stored in memory, it still remembers the value of the name and prints it on the console. So this is the beauty of closures in Python programming language. Now let's look into it practically. So initially I am having my outer function which takes one parameter called name, within which I am having my inner function. Inner function prints name and my outer function returns the inner function. So x equal to outer, I am calling the out. So these two are function definition, outer function definition and inner function definition. When I run this, I don't get any output because I am not calling my function. So let me call my function by saying x equal to outer and let me pass Python as the variable. And now let me call my inner function. So here outer is the outer function, inner is the inner function, and inner function tries to print the enclosing function's variable. The outer function returns inner and firstly it comes and then I say x equal to outer of Python. So it calls the outer function and name will have the value equal to Python, and it will return the inner function. So x will have the reference to the inner function. And now when I call x, the inner function gets called and it prints Python on the console. So now when I execute, we get the output Python on the console. So the inner function still remembers the outer function's variable and prints it on the console. So this is the beauty of closures in Python programming language. Now let's take another example wherein I am having nested function, one function within another function. Num1 is my function, outer function, which is taking x as the variable, and inner function is taking y. And I am performing x into y, and the outer function returns the inner function. So all these are function definition and it does not get executed. The cursor comes to mult equal to num1 of 5. So it calls the num1 function and x will be assigned the value equal to 5. X will be equal to 5. This is function definition. It does not get executed and it returns inner. So it returns the reference to the inner function. Sorry, it should return num2. So it is returning num2, that is the reference to the num2 function. So mult, the variable, will hold the reference to the num2 function. And now when I say print mult of 10, it is num2. So num2 function gets executed and y will have the value equal to 10. Now I am saying return x into y. So it still remembers the value of x even though the outer function has completed its execution. So it still remembers x equal to 5 and it prints 5 into 10 equal to 50 on the console. Now let's look into it practically. So num1 is my outer function which takes x as the value parameter, and then I am having my inner function num2 which takes y as the argument. Then I say return x into y. Outer function num1 returns num2 which is the inner function. Now I am saying mult equal to num1 of 5. And now let me say print mult of 10. So friends, here the first point where the cursor gets executed, program gets executed is at this particular point when mult equal to num1 of 5. So num1 of 5, x will have the value 5 and num1 function gets called and it returns num2, that is the reference to the num2 function, inner function. So mult will have the reference to the inner function, that is num2. And now I am calling mult of 10. Mult is nothing but num2. Num2 of 10. So num2 of 10 is nothing but y is having the value equal to 10. Then I am performing x into y. So x into y is 5 into 10 which is 50 and it prints 50 on the console. But what we have to remember here is the inner function is remembering the value of x which is the enclosing function variable. Even though the enclosing function has stopped execution, it still remembers its variable and it prints 50 on the console. So this is the beauty of closures in Python programming language. So now when I run it, I get the output as 50 because 5 into 10 is 50. So it's still remembering the value of x equal to 5 even though it's not stored in any memory location. So this is the beauty of closures in Python programming language. Hope so friends, it is clear for you. the closures, we have to remember that it should be nested functions. The outer function should return the inner function, and the inner function remembers the enclosing function variable even after the enclosing function has stopped its execution. So hope so it is clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.